you about making the documentary? Was that your idea?
Can I tell you about the documentary? Thank you for asking. See, these questions are really good. It's going to just show you how this creator really loves us all.
Mm-hmm.
See, for years, people have been telling me I got to write a book.
Okay.
So I've been doing this for a while. Paul, you got to write a book. You got to get this out. This is going to be so helpful. And so I'm out here in my garden, in my orchard, talking to guys. I says, now, God, I'm not like these women you made. These women are amazing. They're multitaskers. They can be on the phone, fixing dinner, taking care of their kid, and they're doing it. I can't do that. If I'm writing a book, I can't take care of my garden because I'm focusing on the book. I can't multitask. So God, could you help me get this out? Because it would be a shame if I died with this in me and never got out. And so that was it. So we used to go to this church in town, Calvary Chapel. The pastor died and the church got disassembled. So my wife heard about these guys getting together for a group meeting, you know. Paul, you ought to go. So I go, and this guy came from Gig Harbor, about, you know, an hour away. And he brought this guy from Louisiana. So I'm sharing with these guys in the group, man, what's happening in my garden, because I want them to get like, man, this is awesome. So this guy from Louisiana comes at the end of the meeting. He says, can I come over your garden and see what you're talking about? He says, most of my family or friends are gardeners. This is amazing. Yeah. So he came and I did this with him. He went home and told his family and friends and says, Michael, you've got to document this. You've got to get this out there. This is huge. So he wrote some of his friends. They gave him some money. He found these two girls who had never done a film before in their lives, and they did this film. And you know what's happened with that film?
I would love to hear the magnitude that it...
The guy who did it never did anything like this in life before, so he's trying to figure out how to market it. It came out on a Sunday afternoon in August. In 15 minutes, someone in Australia is on it, and he got nothing but emails constantly. The film has been seen by multiple millions in 220 countries. This was 5 years ago. The girls now are translating into 18 languages because of the demand. They did this video to get to generate funds to do the translations. They have this picture in Africa of these tribal people with this sheet over a tree, and they're watching the film. And says, "We wish we could understand what he's saying." Wow. I'm getting calls from people all over the world every day. I just saw your film. This is 5 years later. Are you hearing me? This was done by two girls who'd never done a film before in their lives. When they came here, they just got out of school. And they're telling me, we have to have a script. I said, we're not having a script. I said, if you've never encountered God, you're going to encounter on this project because he's going to show up. And they were blown out at how this thing came out. And you know what's amazing? They've made a living, supported themselves for the last 5 years on the proceeds from this film. I have no rights to it. And my only requirement was, you've got to put this on the internet for free for 20 years. And I know what this film has. I want you to hear me. I make grammatical errors. It's not well done, but that film has God's favor and his anointing.
Oh, yes.
And the reason it's impacting the world, it's all free. And I get so angry at churches selling stuff. God sells nothing. Jesus never sold a thing. He gave it all away. And to be selling the truth and selling something you got from him is evil and wrong. And I think because it's free, people connect to the Creator. And like, I mean, I get agnostics and atheists. It's all about God, and they have no problem with it because it's the truth, and the truth sets you free. It's just, I'm telling you, it's so fun.
Wow.
You know what's so hilarious about about who I am? I have no education. I'm a recluse. I go nowhere. I know no one. I have no cell phone. I have no computer. And I get to impact the world. It's just hilarious. And you know how I qualify? God uses the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. I just think he's so fun to work with.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, if I tried to do this, I wouldn't have the resources. I couldn't pull this off no matter what I did. I did nothing. It just happens. Because he's just good, and he's the best.
I was at work in my garden last year, toiling over this space, and this guy walked by, and he was walking down the street, and he said, you need to stop what you're doing, go inside and watch the Back to Eden film, and then come back to this. And that's what I did, and it was it was amazing. So
I'm telling you, man, this thing is impacting the whole world. And what I'm getting in the Spirit, can I tell you what I'm getting in the Spirit? The Bible says, when the devil comes in like a flood, the Lord raises a standard against him. If you're paying attention to what's happening on the planet, things are really being shaken. Everything that can be shaken is being shaken. And things are not stable. You know, this film came out 20 years ago. Maybe a few to watch it, but today the whole world knows we're in trouble. Our food's no good. We're all sick because of malnutrition. And the whole world is attentive to this because the timing is perfect. Timing. And I'm seeing God is raising a standard to show the world how no matter what happens, I can take care of you. Here's the beauty of it. When the whole system shuts down, no electricity, no gas to go to the store, all the stores are closed, nothing changes here. I get the sun and the rain, my plants produce seed, and forever I have an abundance. And I have no connection or no dependence on anyone but the Creator, who's really good, who loves to give, doesn't charge, who's my dad.
Who's your daddy?
He's my dad, and he loves me, and he's very good at taking care of me. I'm telling you, man, it's awesome. And why you're here today is you're getting this revelation. You're getting that he's no respecter of persons. You can do it too. It's all there for you, for free. Really. You can go home and have all this amazing broccoli for free. No more $5 at the store. I'm just being real, because you just saw it. I'm not twisting your arm, I'm not lying to you. This is real. This is tangible.
That's how I found you,
Yeah.
because I was so depressed with the food situation
Yeah.
in Norway. 'Cause
It's
so
the whole,
limited.
my wife is a midwife, she travels the world.
Yeah.
And she says there's no good food anywhere in the world. She's blown away. There's no produce. It's all garbage. And there's no place in the world that has food. Like I pick her in the airport, she says, bring me water and greens. I haven't had any greens the whole time I've been away. I'm telling you, it's pathetic. The whole world is like this. You know? It's incredible. But you're here today to know that you can do this. This is very doable. And it's free. It's fun.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's
And
all.
it's not hard.
It's not hard.
It is a little harder to come across wood chips than I thought it was. I've called for 'em quite a
Did you
bit.
pray?
Just pray, huh?
I can tell you stories. Well, this is a Jewish woman that comes here from Port Townsend, doesn't know God. And so she's been telling me, I keep telling them to get my wood chips, and they tell me on their list. This has been 2.5 years. I says, now Robin, tonight before you go to bed, just pray and ask the Creator for wood chips. Say, I need wood chips. I want to grow good food. So watch what happens. Next morning, she's out in her yard. She hears this chainsaw going. Next door, they're taking this big tree down. She asked the tree service, and I go, oh, we'd love to give them to her. That's close. And we're talking the next day. And every time she comes, I got another load. I got another load.
Okay, I haven't prayed for wood chips yet.
And can I tell you something? Can I tell you something about when they show up, what to do? There was this young family who God encouraged them to get out of the city for their kids to move to the country. They bought this 10-acre farm. They never farmed before. When they saw the film, it was like, wow, we can do that. That's simple. And so the lady's on her way to town one day, and she sees this Asplin truck along the side of the road with wood chips. Nobody's in it. So we put a note in the windshield. Another windshield wiper says, could you please call me? I want to get your wood chips. So they call her, and she's coming to the house. She's in the house baking cinnamon bread. The kids walk out with this hot cinnamon bread and give to the drivers. The last I heard, they got 34 loads, and they're having a hard place to find where to dump it. Guys like to eat. Are you hearing me? So when they show up, give them something good. They'll be back. I mean, really. It's so simple. And again, it's that principle. It's in giving, you receive. It's so obvious. Just bless them. Do something nice for them. They'll be back.
Do you donate to the food bank, or what do you do with
Here's
all
the
this?
problem with donating my food. By the time I get there, it's wilted and no one wants it. I had a guy come here and I gave him celery out of my garden. Celery is stiff. He couldn't leave. He's talking to me for about a half an hour. In 1/2 hour, it totally wilted over his arm. And I'll tell you why. See, my food is full of enzymes. You know what enzymes do? When stuff's laying on the ground, it turns back to dirt. If it's in your stomach, it releases the life force to feed your body. The food in the stores can sit on the shelf for a week and not change because there's no enzymes present in that food. It's huge. I used to get so frustrated. I picked this incredible, beautiful head of lettuce. I go to someone's house for dinner. I'll make a salad. It's wilted when I get there. It looks terrible. Thinking like, what's up with this? And God says, that's good. You should be eating it right now. Have you ever noticed, you're going to laugh, but the Creator never issued his first kids a stove and refrigerator. You're laughing, but I'm being real. We were never created to take live food, put it in a refrigerator and let it die, and then cook it and kill all the enzymes. I'm being real.
I love it.
You know, and if you notice today, you're eating everything raw. you're not having issues, and you probably feel quite good. You're not dehydrated. You're not drinking water. Pay attention to the results. And look at nature. All of the mammals in nature have no refrigerator stoves, carry no health insurance, don't go to doctors, don't get immunized, don't get vaccinated, don't get flu shots, and live really healthy, long lives. And they simply eat food fresh in season. Period.
So what
And go-
about the cooking thing? Is it okay to cook your food if you
It's
enjoy
okay.
that?
It's okay, but the challenge is that you're paying a price. You're killing enzymes, and so you're not going to get the food value you would have raw. So you're paying a price.
What about massaging it or chopping it?
You do whatever you want to it. I don't care.
I'm just saying, you know, the enzyme quality. Do you think that
I think the enzyme, again, that 10-minute factor. In 10 minutes after fruits and vegetables are picked, they can lose up to 80% of the metabolic properties in 10 minutes. It's huge.